Hello again, everyone. I'm here to teach you the art of Wu Wei. Now, my account may be a little flawed. If you want to look it up yourself, go ahead. But I'm here to make things digestible. Wu Wei is more of an Eastern philosophy. It's roughly translated to the art of not trying, or from a more understandable point of view, not forcing. See, when we are really pushing to achieve our goals, and we're really focusing on them, and we're really trying to get there, what we don't realize is that we're creating friction. We're creating lots of friction for ourselves. We're creating a lot of resistance between us and that goal. Like, let's say you really want to get in shape, right? I always use this example. You really want to get in shape. Let's say you want to hit the gym and you really want to start. When you try way harder than you need to, when you think to yourself, okay, I need to be in shape. I want to look like that guy in the movies that I see. I want to look like Henry Cavill. And you look up all these things. Okay, how do I get my delts bigger? How do I get my arms bigger? How do I get my chest bigger? How do I do all this stuff? You catch yourself doing the 80% of the effort that doesn't really get you far, doesn't really get you anywhere. You find yourself not even going to the gym. You know, you go 1, 2, 3 days and you got the diet down perfectly, you got the exercises, you know exactly what you want to be doing and what you should be doing, and you devalue the actual experience. You don't live it, you just think it, and then you think to yourself, my God, this is way too much, and then you stop. You don't really do it, you think it more than you do it. Let's say I want to make a shit ton of money. Let's say you're desperate for money. A lot of people are desperate for money these days. I really feel for those types, because they're caught in a bit of a loop, right? They're desperate for money, and they reach their hand out. Maybe they panhandle, maybe they get on food stamps, maybe they make an identity out of someone who just doesn't have money. They don't really step into that identity of the rich person. So they find themselves spending a lot more than making, than earning. It's really hard for a poor person to become rich because they're in the identity of poor person. Because they're struggling. They don't know how to get over the hump, you know? If you're a homeless person, a lot of businesses don't want much to do with you. A lot of people don't want much to do with you. You're shunned, sadly so. You're shunned, especially if you're a veteran and, you know, you took part in a war that we lost. No one really wants to pay much attention to you. I gotta shout over the music because I don't want copyright. Yeah, you don't really jive with the money, so you don't make any money. And the more you try, it's almost like you're pressing yourself into the ground trying to move forward, when in reality you just need to keep the wheel turning. You need to flow with what you want. You need to flow into what you want. It's quite a difficult thing to grasp until it isn't. You know, I think to myself a lot, well, it'll work out. I know it'll work out. It's much better than thinking, oh God, I really hope this works out. You say it will work out. Because what that does is if something doesn't go the way you want it to go, or you expect it to go, you think to yourself, oh, well, I mean, I've been saying it'll work out, so let me look in the places where it has worked out. Because it has. You could be in one of the worst situations of your life, and there will be a fraction of a percent of that situation that's actually good for you. And in order to take advantage of that fraction of a percent, which in that moment is probably your only hope, you need to be in the mentality that everything works out for me. I always make it through whatever I need to make it through. Because you do. You're still here, right? You're still watching this video, right? I'm still making this video. See, even this video, to get back to Wu Wei, I didn't really have too much of a plan for this video. I just thought, well, I need to record, and I want people to know something that I know. I want people to get on a wavelength that I'm on. So I just record. There's no script. I just kind of go. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it'll work in the next one, or the next one, or maybe 100 videos down the line. Something will make sense. I'm here to make sense. And if I don't make sense, then that's okay. There's a lot of growth to be had. And I'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye-bye.